System override. System override.
Hello, welcome to System Override. We're your hosts, Matt.
And Quincy. We have a stuffed show today, so let's get started.
First up, we have Vinyl Press. Let's see what we'll be listening to today.
Well, I wasn't really planning on hosting today, but
Well, give us it from the heart.
yeah, for
From
sure.
feel in your bones.
Yeah,
You have no soul
absolutely.
because Rez took it.
Oh, for sure.
She snatched it right up.
She just grabbed it from you.
But yeah, we were gonna do Rez's Halloween mix that she dropped this year called Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, originally this episode was planned to be the Halloween episode. Obviously, we're a little bit late
Just
on
a
that.
little.
But yeah, it's a 30-minute. Yeah, it's a 30-minute, roughly 30-minute mix.
Doesn't have any song names. It's
No.
just kind of just one thing.
Yeah, she posted on Instagram. Well, she had a surprise coming around Halloween time that was just going to be like all of her unreleased music.
Most
I
of
don't
these
know.
are still IDs, I think, so far, too.
Mhm.
An ID means it's unidentified and still has yet to be ID'd, so that's why they're called IDs.
That's good knowledge.
You know what kind of knowledge I appreciate?
What kind of knowledge?
The knowledge that this exists now.
And that's his opinion.
I really like it. It's great. It's just like, it sounds like spooky EDM. It's great. I was listening to it, and then like towards the end, there's like this great song, but it's like tucked away in the back corner. I'm like, where was this? Because I was listening to the thing, and I just kind of skipped, and then I was just like, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, kill
He
it.
went really German
Ooh
with it.
yeah. Is that what Germans sound like?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
going
know
on,
German
right?
people. What do you? I have German friends.
I think I feel like I probably know what Brian's review is going to be like, maybe. So I
Maybe.
think I kind of
No,
like.
this
to
is
hear
definitely
Drayton's
up
first.
Brian's alley.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me as well. But
So, this was like right up my alley, and it's like the perfect time for it. So it's super like hype to me that it was super bass heavy. It's just where I listened to it was on YouTube because I just wanted to like skim through it really quickly before we came back in so I can refresh my memory. I shouldn't have done that because
Mhm.
it removes almost all bass on YouTube unless you're going super hard with it. Like
True.
Ghostman's bass pounds through YouTube. I picked up his music recently, and it's just like such a nice breath of fresh air. So that this on top of it is amazing. So that's my opinion. I think it's great.
awesome, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, what do you think?
All right. Well, I think of this album, I think it's pretty good. Like I said, if you're not familiar with Rez, her style, she's dark, slow, and bassy, and has haunting melodies. And like, if you can get down with that, it's some good stuff. And it really is her own sound. Like, you know, it's Rez when it comes on.
Definitely,
So, and in this album, she stayed true to that.
definitely.
And-
I feel like it fits really well to her sound being like a Halloween mix. Because I know RL Grime and there's a couple other people that do Halloween mixes as well, but I feel like Rez's sound it just fits it the best. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's already got that like spooky Halloween vibe.
Right. And yeah, I think it's really good, and check it out.
All right, let's get scores. Should we just do the way? Let's do like reverse order. We'll end with Sam.
So then we'll
Start with Brian.
Brian. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
7.
Ooh.
Solid.
7. I was actually a little bit lower than what I thought. Then goes Drayton.
8. I think an 8 is a good place for it because it's definitely something I didn't experience the way I would like to since I watched it. I listened to it on YouTube. I would much rather listen to like a rip or a literal good conversion because YouTube destroys any quality that it had. So I'll give it an 8 for now and leave it at that because I want to listen to it the way that's meant to be heard versus the way on YouTube.
Okay. I am actually going to give it an 8.5. Yeah.
That's a
yeah,
first.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked you dead in the eyes when I said that because don't do that. I looked you dead in the eyes when I said that
He wants
just to
fight
see a
you.
reaction, but I couldn't really see anything because all of this
I'm
equipment
just,
that
I'm
is
just
blocking
lost
us.
in your deep pupils. They're so beautiful.
My deep pupils. That's a weird thing. Like not deep
Yeah.
eyes, deep pupils. Like my
Not really
iris or any
deep
other part.
pupils.
Just my exclusively my pupil.
That's kind of gross.
I love how your pupil
Actually.
dilates.
I love them.
I
I love
watching
that
it
deep pupil
contrast and
contact.
So, I have to give Nightmare on Res Street probably like a 8, maybe 8.5. I'm gonna stick with 8 though. I think.
So that makes this album 31.5.
That's some quick math.
Yep, quick
Maths.
math.
Man, vinyl press always makes me gobble.
Up next, car culture.
Wait, this just in. Just this in.
You guys aren't going to believe this. Breaking news. Breaking news, classes will not be meeting during November 22nd to the 25th. All students are required to celebrate Thanksgiving with their families.
Now that's good news.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Jack, back again another episode of Car Culture. This is going to be episode 7, so let's get into it right now. Today, we are talking about one of the greatest cars ever made for the sport of drifting. I'm talking about the 240 SX. The Nissan 240 SX was produced from 1989 to about 1999 in Canada, Japan.
I had a Nissan 240 SX. It'd be a red coupe. Wait, a silver fastback. And I'd go for a spin up Route 7. The twisty part. Just me and Astro. No, Amy. Heck, Christy Brinkley. Wow! Yeah, me and Christy in my silver, no, red 240 SX.
Before we get started on anything else, let's see what actually powered this beast of a sports car back in the day. I wasn't even a beast. It was so slow. In 1989, the car was equipped with a KA24E, which was a single overhead cam motor that was 2.4 liters. But shortly 2 years later, the car was replaced with the KA24DE, which basically was kind of the same as the first motor, but it went from a single overhead cam to a dual overhead cam. And behind the motor, most of them usually came with a 5-speed transmission. Some of them came automatic, but most of them came in a 5-speed kind of layout, just for the fact of like they were more of a sporty car at the time. With the 240SX not being very relevant in the production side of things, it still holds a pretty healthy resale value in the drift market. The parts for the 240s and the cars in general are pricey due to drift tax, which is basically the supply and demand kind of term for the drift scene. Basically what drift tax is that there's not a whole lot of parts in like fully solid 240 cars because everyone uses them for drifting. So either you were gonna find a nice one that was garage kept its whole life and that was bone stock, or you're gonna find one that was all welded together, the frame's cracked, and just blown into walls, so it's just a pile of junk. In other words, most 240s are thrashed. Throughout the generations of the 240 SX, there were only about 2 different versions that were made within a 10-year span. The S13 had about 3 different body styles to it. They had the hatchback, the soft top convertible, and the 2-door coupe. And the 2-door coupe was basically an older version and kind of like the younger brother to the newer S14 240. Now talking about the S14. Basically it was a 2-door coupe just like the S13 with the 2-door coupe, but it had 2 different front ends to it. It had the Zenki and it had the Kuki. The Kuki was more or less the more sought after version because it gave the car more of a meaner look in the front end, and that's what everybody wanted on their 240 S14. Like I said before, the 240 was discontinued back in 1999, but it's still a very relevant car in the car scene today. I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's breakdown on the Nissan 240 SX and possibly learned something new. As always, I'm Jack, and this is episode 7 of Car Culture. I'll see you guys later.
Though this is a short break, we're going to drive right into beta.
When individuals began to collect more money than entire governments, things changed. Instead of buying islands, the Eris family bought entire countries. Fast forward several generations, and the Eris family owns 72% of the free world. They set up their own government, centered entirely around business. They called it the conglomerate.
Any idea where those labs might be?
It's around here somewhere.
I think they are downstairs.
Hey, it's this way.
So, what sort of things do they do here again?
I heard they used to torture people.
Relax. It was only AIs.
What are they doing here? Thought you said this place was abandoned.
Maybe they're looking for me.
It's a possibility.
Just wait. We'll have our chance.
I'm sensing a ton of data streams. There must be a data center down here.
We must be getting close then. Looks like you were right, Beta. You're the second.
The second what?
The second iteration of the Link program.
Like Optilinks?
Seems like it. Though I don't know why they would need a matrix.
We are capable of humanely digesting and analyzing large quantities of data.
I guess that would be needed for billions of OptiLink users.
All information ends after Beta. Looks like he was the last working Matrix in the facility, over 20 years ago.
20 years?
Over 20 years. As a matrix, you can apply for a senior discount.
No wonder my joints ache so much.
It looks like there's another room here dedicated to the fabrication of matrices. V, you stay here. Jackson, you and Beta are gonna go check it out.
What are you doing?
Unhand me, sir.
It's nothing personal, V.
That really churned my gravy.
That really buttered my biscuit. NWTC will be hosting a blood drive for the Red Cross right here on campus. It will take place in the Green Bay campus gym from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can sign up in advance or just walk in.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Tune in next week.
Well, not next week.
Oh yeah. Tune in on the 27th to catch the next early show.